I was going to do an acoustic cover for you today, but my throat's feeling really strained after a weekend full of gigs. So instead, I'm going to talk to you about a guitar wireless system that I've been sent by the fine folks at Lekato, and make sure you stick around to the end of the video to find out about our giveaway. Hello folks, my name is Townsend and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the Lekato WS50 guitar wireless system that the fine folks of Lekato have kindly sent over to me for review. And I should stress that they have sent this to me free of charge, but they haven't told me what to say about it. So I can use my own words and I can give you my true thoughts on this. And I didn't want to just come on here and review this thing having never used it. So I waited until I'd gigged with it. And I took this with me to my gig that I had at the weekend with my band Gecko Blaster. And honestly, this thing didn't falter. But before I go into actual sort of technical things and all that, I want to go over what comes in the box. I've actually already lost the box because I used this at the weekend. The box got packed away into the gear and stuff, and it's all still in the van and I couldn't find it. I did try to look for it, but I couldn't find it. So what comes in the box is the transmitter and the receiver, the charging cable, and a manual, like a user manual, which you don't need because this thing really is plug and play. So this thing charges with micro USB, and it comes with this cable, which is two micro USB cables into one standard USB, but it doesn't come with the block, so you have to use your phone block or whatever. So these cables plug into the side like so, like that, and you can charge them like that by plugging that into a USB charger. And they say that this will last about 5 hours on a battery. As I say, I gigged with this at the weekend and my gig was 2 hours long and it just didn't falter at all. One thing I would say about it is, with this being a cheaper unit, I mean, it's not professing to be an expensive high-end unit. The gain seems really, really high on it, much higher than if I'd plugged the thing in with a cable. So there's a boost in volume, if anything, and that could be seen as a positive in some ways, but if you want to go for really, really clean tone, you've got to bear in mind that this is going to boost the gain a little bit, which might mean that you need to dial back the gain on your amp or your pedal, whatever. I was using this with the Pod Go, the Line 6 Pod Go, and it was really, really good. So it's very easy to use. Just switch both units on. Let me see if you can see. Switch it on. This is the receiver, so that receives the signal from the guitar. So this would plug into your amp. You can see that green light's flashing. When I turn the transmitter on, the green light comes on and they're both block. And that's it, they're connected. That's how simple it is. And you've got this jack plug, which is adjustable depending on your guitar. So if you've got a guitar that it plugs in the bottom, you can have it like that so that this sits flush with the guitar. If you've got like a Strat style guitar, you can have it at an angle so that this sits flat against the body of the guitar or whatever. And both ends do that. So you can sort of angle them. There, it says on here, I've got some notes over here, that the rotatable plug design is 220 degrees. So it goes from that angle all the way to flat with the thing. And I'm going to read these notes just so that I get them right. And this is, I believe it's a 5.8 gigahertz version, which is really, really good because, yes, 5.8 gigahertz. And I've used some systems in the past that are 2.4, and the 2.4 gigahertz versions are prone to interference with things like Wi-Fi, potentially Bluetooth and things like that as well. So this is a really good option because obviously it's not as prone to interference as other models, and they claim that its effective range is about 300 meters. Now, I tested this probably, I don't know, 10 meters. I never walk any further than that when I'm on wireless anyway, so and it didn't falter at all. Apparently there's less than 6 milliseconds latency, so there's no lag or signal loss. It supports simultaneous broadcasts on 4 channels, so you can have 4 of these going within a band situation without any kind of interference between them. It has 110 decibels dynamic range, whatever that means. I'm probably not the best person to talk about technicalities with this stuff. I'm just here to tell you how it worked in a gig situation. And honestly, this thing didn't falter. And I am a professional musician. I earn my living from playing music. So I probably should really use a higher end system than this. But for the purposes of this video and to know what I'm talking about with this thing, I thought that I would test it in a gig situation. And it didn't falter at all. And there are systems out there for like €300-400 euros. This thing retails at $54 on the Lekato website. So you can't grumble at it. It's a shame, sure, that you can't adjust the gain, but I kind of like the high gain thing anyway, especially for what I'm doing in my band. And it's not like it's adding distortion or anything like that. You just might have to dial that gain back on your amp or whatever, your modeler or whatever you're using, to get the same sounds that you had with a cable, if that makes sense. So there's not really much else that I can say about this without sort of plugging it in and testing it. And honestly, there's no point. It sounds great. The 5.8 gigahertz thing makes it so that it's doesn't interfere with anything. I was playing in a gig, never had any problems with interference whatsoever. So all that's left to talk about now is the giveaway. Lekato very kindly agreed to give one of these systems away, and in order to enter the giveaway, I'm going to read notes just so that I've got all the things correct. I will leave a link below this video to the product for one, and also to an Instagram post which I'm going to post later today. And I want you all to comment on the Instagram post and tell us why you would use this. What would you use it for? Be creative with your answers and stuff. And you must follow me at Tweed Nelson, the thing's there, and you follow Lekato as well at Lekato. All the links are in the description below this video. Also, make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel in order to enter as well. And Lekato have asked me to say that the winners can be from the US, the UK, Germany, France, Spain, or Italy. Really sorry to anybody else, but sweepstake laws in a lot of countries are quite hard to get around. They all want different things and all that. So that's just what Lekato have said to me, that they need the winners to come from those countries. Any other countries, will try and arrange something in the coming months that anybody can win. And so what else have they said here, just so that I know that I've organised, that I've included everything. That, yeah, obviously, as I said, make sure that you leave comments in that Instagram post that's linked below, but also leave comments in this video as well, because I really like reading comments on my YouTube videos. It's really cool. Let me know if there's anything else that you'd like me to talk about in coming videos, or any other songs that you would like me to cover or anything like that. And short and sweet, but I think I've pretty much talked about everything. I've also got, let me just reach. I've also got the Lekato MS1 wireless in-ear monitor system here. I've not even opened this yet, but I'm going to do a video on that in the coming weeks as well. I'd like to talk about that and see how that works. I've actually only ever used in-ear monitors once in the past. Really didn't like it because there was this disconnect with the audience, but I'm sure it's just because I wasn't used to it. And I literally just threw them in at the gig. I didn't have any time to prep with them or anything like that. So I will have a review of that coming in the following weeks. So, as I always say, make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already, if you're interested in guitar and music related content, and all the links are in the description below this video in order to enter the giveaway. Really excited, I've never done a giveaway before on the channel, so we will announce the winner we'll leave it 2 or 3 weeks to give people the opportunity to enter. And as I said, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you follow me on Instagram, and make sure you follow Lekato on Instagram. And I will throw a post up there, and there'll be like a whatever they call it, co-editor. No, I can't remember what they call it on Instagram. But anyway, I've rambled enough. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye bye.